Hello guys, welcome to this course. Today we'll be talking about the drawing tools in AutoCAD, their uses, their command, their major control in AutoCAD. So these drawing tools are of different aspects. So these are the drawing tools here. These are the major drawing tools. You have the line, you have the polyline, you have the circle, you have the arc, you have rectangle, you have ellipse, you have arch, and for the advanced aspects, you have the spine feet, you have the spine CV, that's the control vertex, you have construction line, you have rails, you have multiple points, we have divide, and we have measure. Also, we have regions, we have white out object, we have 3D polyline, we have ellipse, sorry, and we have donuts, we have the rectangular revision, that's for cloud base. Yeah, in case you are making a review, you can actually use that. So today now we want to talk about all these things. We want to make sure that we really understand what they are used for, and also their construction, sorry, their command too, because all the tools in AutoCAD has a command. So we need to, okay, for example, this is line. As you all know, line is line generally. You can use line both vertical, both horizontal, then both at the diagonal axis. So now this is line. I've been able to draw a line now. This is polyline. I'm also going to, it's also a line, same process. Let me draw a vertical, horizontal, vertical, then and diagonal axis. So now let's take a look at the difference between these two lines. We have this is line, this is polyline. I have my line like this, they're in separate form, but my polyline is joined together. My polyline is joined together. My line is in separate form. That means my line is a kind of layer by layer. You can move it the way you want, but if you are moving this, you are just extending it. So they are bound together until you break them, until you split them. So the reconstruction command for, sorry, the command for line is L. Once you press L, you see your line there, you're able to pick the line. Then you can hold down your shift to ensure that you are drawing at a very straight line. You can hold down your shift as well, or you can come here and click this Ortho mode. So once you do that, you'll either be drawing in X axis or Y axis. So it will not be able to go on the other direction. That's the use of this mode. So I'm gonna off it now. So remember, if you want to draw your command, press, want to draw line, that's L, be able to draw your line. So you might want to come here to pick it. It's either you come here to pick it or you press your command. Same thing as polyline. If you press P O, the polyline will come out, then you can pick, then you can draw your polyline. You can draw your polyline. Remember, it is joined together until I explode it. But currently, so mostly this polyline is majorly used in where you want to set your boundaries. You want to create boundaries, and you want the boundaries to be joined together. For example, maybe you are drawing a house boundary, or you want to extract your house, you want to extract the roof, or you want to extract the boundary of a building. You can use polyline, so that immediately you use the polyline and complete the drawing, it will be joined together. It will not be in a separate form, just like using our normal line. So same thing as circle. Same thing as circle. This is circle. This is circle. This is a circle. And the command is just C. C. Here you can draw your circle. You can draw your circle. So you can only use your space bar to repeat any previous actions. Like the way that I just did my circle now. If I want to draw another circle again, instead of going to my line, instead of going to my circle to pick it again, I can just press the space bar and I will draw it again. You just press the space bar and I will draw it again. So that's a way you can repeat your previous action rather. So also this is an arc. Okay, before we do that, there's a different way you can draw your circle. You can draw it in terms of radius when maybe you already know your radius. Let's for example now I know my radius to be that's 1 meter. Just press 1 meter. That's radius of 1 meter. Remember radius is half of a diameter. So in case I want to draw of radius now, okay, we have this to be 1 meter. Then let me draw my diameter to be 2000. You see now that it should be of the same size. Yes, it should be of the same size. Then you can draw, maybe you know an existing point. For example, you have a point. This is point A. This is point A, and you have your point B here. Sorry, you have your point B here. Now, if you want to draw this point now, this is 2-point drawing. This is point 1 to point 2. Total. This is point 1 to point 2. So the other way too, if you want to let me say I have a point up here that I want to consider. I can now use my 3 points. 3 points. You pick this, you pick this, then you pick this to draw your circle. Got it? So that's how to go about the circles. So also you have arc. Arc is of different points. You can use the 3 points. You can use the for the 3 points now. You might need to let's assume we have a point here. I'm going to draw arc alongside of it. So we don't really pick arc. Can you see? You're able to draw arc for the three points. So that's way to go for your arc. Then this one is said start, center, and end. Okay, let's say this is our start, this is the center, and this is the end of the circle. So that's a way also to draw the same arc. You can also use it, let's say this is our start, this is our end. Understand? So this is our start and this is our end. So different ways for you to be able to draw your arc. Also we have start, center, and angle. We have the center, you have the start, center, then you have your angle here. So you see, it depends on the angle. If you want to use angle 270, angle 180, like that. Depends on what you actually want to do. Then there's one start, center, then the length. Start, center, then you now specify what length are you going. Are you going by this direction? What length do you want to go? So it depends on what the area you want to use it. So you can try different method. Then there's another one, start, end, direction. Start, let me say this is the end. Then I'll now indicate the direction. Maybe I want it to go like this. I want it to go like this. Also, I can also do another way. This is the start, that's the end. Then I can now specify the direction I want it to go. So all this one is just to enable us to be able to maneuver our way around our drawing. So that's that about arc. Then we also have rectangle and polyline. Rectangle, yeah, you can just draw your rectangle straight up depending on the dimensions you want it to be. Then your polyline too. For this line, if you come here now, you'll be able to enter the number of polylines you want. Currently, I'll say 5. Enter. So polyline. Enter. You have to specify where you want to put it. Then you draw. So this is the 5 points now. This is the 5 points now. So that's a way to draw your polyline as well. So the shortcut for polyline too is POL, yes, POL. Just do your POL, type your POL, you actually get that. Then we have ellipse. Yeah, in case you want to draw your circle in an ellipse format. This is mostly used in isometric view. For example, now if I turn my isometric view and I want to draw ellipse, I'll pick this point now. Okay, actually really draw my ellipse. So it's just like a circle, but in different view. Same way you can be able to draw your circle. Let's say from this, to this. That's what it's telling us is start start center, no, start end and center. So same thing, you can draw your ellipse as well. So not to waste much of our time, you can go through all this again, ensure that you really understand their uses, and those are the ways you can use your drawing tools. This is art. Art is normal. You just place it. Maybe you want to shade the place, you can change it. You can change the style. Then you can increase it maybe to 20 for you to be able to see it clearly. So this is art. It's also part of drawing too. You can actually use gradients too. For example, you can pick this and change it to pattern to gradients to be able to design the kind of color you want. So those are drawing tools. So not to waste much of our time, you can practice this again, try to redraw, try to understand what they are used for, try the command and try the normal pick tools. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.